The Gingerbread Man. Once upon a time, there was an old man, an old woman, and a little boy. One morning, the old woman made some gingerbread in the shape of a man. She added icing for his hair and clothes and little blobs of dough for his nose and eyes. When she put him in the oven to bake, she said to the little boy, "You watch the gingerbread man while your grandfather and I go out to work in the garden." So, the old man and the old woman went out and began to dig potatoes, and left the little boy to tend to the oven. But he started to daydream, and didn't watch it all the time. All of a sudden he heard a noise, and he looked up, and the oven door popped open, and out of the oven jumped a gingerbread man, and went rolling along, end over end, towards the open door of the house. The little boy ran to shut the door, but the gingerbread man was too quick for him, and rolled through the door, down the steps, and out into the road, long before the little boy could catch him. The little boy ran after him as fast as he could manage, crying out to his grandfather and grandmother, who heard the noise, and threw down their spades in the garden to give chase too. The gingerbread man outran all three a long way, and was soon out of sight, while they had to sit down, all out of breath, on a bank to rest. On went the gingerbread man, and by he came to two men digging a well, who looked up from their work and called out, "Where are you going, gingerbread man?" He said, "I've outrun an old man, an old woman, and a little boy, and I can outrun you too." "Oh, you can you? We'll see about that," said they. And so they threw down their picks and ran after him, but couldn't catch up with him, and soon they had to sit down by the roadside to rest. On ran the gingerbread man, and by he came to two men digging a ditch. "Where are you going, gingerbread man?" said they. He said, "I've outrun an old man, an old woman, a little boy, and two well diggers, and I can outrun you too." "Oh, you can you? We'll see about that," said they, and they too threw down their spades and ran after him. The gingerbread man soon outstripped them also, and seeing they could never catch him up, gave up the chase and sat down to rest. On went the gingerbread man, and by he came to a bear. The bear said, "Where are you going, gingerbread man?" He said, "I've outrun an old man, an old woman, a little boy, two well diggers, and two ditch diggers, and I can outrun you too." "Oh, you can you?" growled the bear. "We'll see about that." He trotted as fast as his legs could carry him, after the gingerbread man, who never stopped to look behind him. Before long, the bear was left so far behind that he saw he might as well give up the hunt at the start, so he stretched himself out by the roadside to rest. On went the gingerbread man, and by he came to a wolf. The wolf said, "Where are you going, gingerbread man?" The wolf's international. He said, "I've outrun an old man, an old woman, and a little boy, two well diggers, two ditch diggers, a bear, and I can outrun you too." "You can you?" snarled the wolf. "We'll see about that." So he set into a gallop after the gingerbread man, who went on and on so fast that the wolf too saw there was no hope of ever overtaking him, and he too lay down to rest. On went the gingerbread man, and by he came to a fox that lay quietly in a corner of the fence. The fox called out in a sharp voice, but without getting up, "Where are you going, gingerbread man?" He said, "I've outrun an old man, an old woman, a little boy, two well diggers, two ditch diggers, a bear, a wolf, and I can outrun you too." The fox said, "I can't quite hear you, gingerbread man. You won't come a little closer?" turning his head to the side a little. The gingerbread man stopped his race for the first time, and went a little closer, and called out in a very loud voice, "I've outrun an old man, an old woman, a little boy, two well diggers, two ditch diggers, and a bear and a wolf, and I can outrun you too." I still can't quite hear you. Won't you come a little closer?" said the fox, in a feeble voice, as he stretched out his neck towards the gingerbread man and put one paw behind his ear. The gingerbread man came up close, and leaning towards the fox, screamed out, "I've outrun an old man, an old woman, a little boy, two well diggers, two ditch diggers, a bear and a wolf, and I can outrun you too." "Oh, you can you?" yelped the fox, and he snapped up the gingerbread man in his sharp teeth in the twinkling of an eye.